Hello everyone, it's your boy Vulpi, and welcome to a new video. A video that should have happened a bit ago, but you know what? I think this is great timing. Either way, I have been procrastinating. I could have had a lot more videos and even some streams going on, but I've just been so freaking intimidated by my new editing software that I have not come around to it. And that's 100% on me. It's not an excuse. I'm just saying the reason, and it's a really dumb reason. You guys should already know that just from me saying it. You should like, that's a stupid reason why you're intimidated by a software. But he's no, yeah, I'm new to this type of stuff. But yeah, I'm just here to hold myself accountable to that and to try to put it into me in my future self that, hey, let's not do this again, because once we get new viewers and thousands of people come watching my video per video, this isn't gonna freaking cut it. So I got to start getting myself into the groove and start prepping for when that happens. So right now we're dancing it at 100 or so subscribers, and man, this is still getting close to 200 too. I'm excited, boys. Thank you guys so much for all this so far. I don't know what to say. Anyway, this video is all about my PS4 to PC transition, and so far we're on month 1. So this is going to be a little video diary talking about it and marking my progress so far. How we're going to structure this is I'm going to go week by week, tell you what I did, and some tips and tricks based on it. That's pretty much the entire gist. So let's go ahead and get into it. Week 1. So week 1 was all about movement. Now, you guys are probably like, what do you mean movement? You mean WASD? It took you a whole week to figure out WASD? Are you serious, Vulpi? And I'm like, no. It's not like that. I knew how to do the basics. I'm not stupid. I know how to do the basics. I played Minecraft. I played Shellshock.io. I played Roblox. I knew how to do the basic stuff. What I wanted to know is how to do the fundamentals. Stuff like quick leaning to the left and right. Stuff like that. It's hard. And to actually feel comfortable inside my player's body, to actually feel like I had control, like I was controlling the character instead of them controlling me. And that was a big issue I had for around 2 weeks. And I still somewhat have it. I don't have it as bad. I feel comfortable. I'm able to control my character, but I still feel like I could be doing a little bit more, and I'm still working on it, and I know it's going to come with time. But what I did to help that, learn as quick as possible, is literally just play Terrace Hunt and did the best I could each time. Now, normally what I'd do is I'd play realistic. So naturally, that's what I did. I just played realistic Terrace Hunt. I got slammed the entire time. I didn't drop kills, but it helped me get my aim better, and it helped me get my aim up in general. And I just went in and went straight for the kill there. I wanted to learn as quick as possible, and I thought the quickest way as possible would be as painful as possible, which meant realistic, getting slammed 365 times a day, but just so I can figure out how to quick lean. And I could say it worked sort of. It worked pretty well, honestly. But realistic was going to be a different thing. I'm not going to tell you guys, yeah, do realistic, you'll become a god. No. That's not like that. It didn't work like that, really. But I just did it myself because I wanted it to be as quick as possible, and it was sort of quick. But I don't think it's the best method. So I'm not going to tell you not to do it. You can, but actually, I'm just going to tell you outright, don't do it. It's kind of just going to make you pissed off the entire time. I just thought I'd just torture myself because I thought, more pain, more gain. So, I felt pretty emotionally painful after I was getting slammed by a bunch of bots for 2 hours at a time. Anyway, going into week 2. Week 2, we had a great breakthrough week. This is the week where I got to level 50, and I was able to play ranked with my friends. And I felt like a god as I slammed these silvers and coppers that thought that they had better game skill than I did. But you loser, I freaking played console, so I know the map, and I can slam you any day of the freaking week. I had a 1.0 or no 1.1 KD. I was a freaking god through my placements. But I placed silver. 1. But what I worked on that week was aim, again, movement, and quick peeking. That's all 3 things I worked on. But this is when the realistic Terrace Hunt made sense. So this is the time where I was really confident in my aim. So I was confidently getting around 10, 11 kills on Terrace Hunt for realistic. which for me was pretty good. For a lot of people, that's actually pretty decent. That's pretty much killing half of them before finally getting your head blown off by one of them because they're tired of you killing their friends. And so what I learned from it is that, hey, you know what? What if instead of me just going in there dying all the time, what if I actually work on something that would help me when I'm aiming? So what I thought was, what do I normally do on PS4? Well, I normally play realistic, but sometimes I play with my sound off, so I would actually be able to rely 100% on my movement instead of just listening to, what's going on. I relied 100% on my movement and how I'm peeking things to help me with quick peeking and peeking corners and stuff like that. Ding, 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 ding. So that's exactly what I did on PC. I went into a terrorist hunt, loaded it up, made it realistic. I ran in there, ran to the building, and I took my time. I didn't freaking time myself. I didn't make it rush or anything, but I took my time and I peeked around corners, peeked to the left, peeked to the right, trying to figure out if everything's fine in the room and clearing out a room using just my visuals. I didn't use drones, but I didn't opt out of using drones. I just didn't really feel like it because I wasn't comfortable with my keybinds at the time. But yeah, that was a big thing during that week. Now, going into week 3, this week was a setback. Week 3 was a terrible, and I mean an abysmal week for me. The beginning of it, at least. End of week 2 and week 3 was my slump. That's when I won a lot of games, but I lost a lot of KD. I went from a 1.0 to a 0.6 or 7. 0.6 or 7, maybe both. 0.6 or 7 or something like that. But yeah, it was a terrible week, and this setback was actually good for my game. My friend pulled me aside and he was like, hey, you're doing worse. Your sensitivity's too high. And I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? As my freaking wrist is shaking and shivering, not being able to handle the freaking sensitivity I had. So he had me go into a custom game, and he was like, hey, I'm going to walk around, see if you can trace me. Okay, I traced him. My wrist was shaking, and I was like, dude, I must not be able to play PC. I thought my entire career was over because my freaking wrist was shaking when I was trying to, follow him. I was just like, oh my god, why is my wrist shaking so much? I felt like my wrist was gonna rattle out of socket or something. And honestly, when I looked it up before, because this was an issue I've been having for the past 2.5 weeks. Oh my god, my wrist is shaking all the time. What is going on? And I was so stupid. I freaking looked it up on Google, and it was like it said some crap. You know how Google is, it'll be like, oh, you have stage 4 leukemia. See your doctor about this wrist shaking you're having while playing videos games. Something like that. And I was honestly fearful. I was like, oh my god, my PC Siege career is already over. I can't become good at Siege because I can't even freaking play good with my wrist. My wrist is gone. My wrist is already injured. I just got the game and it's injured already. I'm freaking over. It's done. I'm my ACL tear of Siege. It was terrible. It was a bad time. But then it turns out the entire time, FM just said, hey, simple fix for that, change your sensitivity. I changed it. I turned my sensitivity all the way down. Do the same thing. Hey, my wrist isn't shaking anymore. My wrist is actually able to keep up with the sensitivity on what my brain is telling it to do. So what I figured out, I didn't look this up. This is what I'm thinking. My sensitivity was so damn high that my wrist was struggling to keep up with what my brain wanted it to do. And so it made it shake because since the mouse sensitivity was too freaking high, it was hard to be precise with it. So my wrist was subconsciously trying to be precise to so it could do what the brain wanted it to do. Well, that's freaking uncomfortable and it's not good. So I had to go ahead and slow down my freaking sensitivity. And so now it's very smooth and I'm able to quickly do whatever I want, flick back and forth, whatever. And it was a good thing to do. What my friend FM also had me do was he had us go to Cafe Dostoevsky, and you can do this on any map. Go to a wall that has pillars on it and go back and forth shooting each one. You have to hit the bar, try to control your recoil on it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it as fast as possible, but don't go too fast where you're missing everything, but go as fast as you can while being precise. And that helped me out a lot. And it's something my friend Jay said he did as well. He taught me to do that on PS4. FM taught me to do it on PC. And it works on both platforms, so I really do urge people to do this with their friends. I also what my friend Jay did was window battles, window wars. You go to house or whatever, open up a window, and you try to one tap each other, quick peek each other, and get a one tap. That's pretty much the entire thing. And it's not only there for being a cool, fun game to play with your friends, but it's also there just to help you with aim and quick peeking in general. Which on PC that's a pretty big deal is quick peeking. So yeah. So yeah, week 3 was a little bit of a setback when it comes to my KD, but it was a great learning experience, and I am really glad I have friends like FM. So definitely get friends to help you if you that are better than you, of course. Friends that are better than you. If you can't find any friends that are better than you, then just go on YouTube, watch what they do. But having friends that are better than you is a huge advantage when trying to become good at this game, especially when you're switching platforms. Now, week 4. Week 4 is whenever I compiled everything from weeks 1 through 3 and put it into one thing. One giant pile of awesomeness and made it blossom into the player I am now. And week 4 was freaking grand. So what I did week 4, I played ranked with my friends. My rank was suffering. I was a freaking gold 3. I was doing bad. I start practicing. I do my realistics with no sound. I do everything. I start, practicing, looking at pros, doing all this stuff. And then one day it clicks. My aim is godly. I'm going off. The next day it clicks. I'm going off. I'm just constantly getting good KDs, good things going on. My friends are doing great. My friend FM at least was doing great. No one else. Some games I'd be doing way too great, and my teammates just couldn't keep up. And sometimes this happens. It happens. Sometimes they'll get mad at your team. It just happens sometimes. But long story short, I got better as a player, and my rank reflected that. So that's why when I think of someone that's like, oh, I'm stuck in this rank, it's not 100% your teammates. You can't blame your teammates all the time. You can't say it's them. It's a little bit is on you, because naturally, when you are whenever you're in a rank or whatever, you're naturally going to be playing like that rank. You know, if you're playing higher than what your rank is, I mean, you're naturally going to be raising your rank. That's what's just going to happen naturally. And so I started playing more like a plat 3. I started playing more like a gold 1, and that propelled me up to that rank just subconsciously. We just kind of one night we kind of went there and we just started winning. We started going off. We started doing good. We had good games. We were carrying teams. FM and I dropped like 30 kills combined one game, and we won. It was insane. We were carrying people. We were doing great. We're doing our dues, and that was awesome. That was a great experience. It's awesome to win. It's awesome to know that your hard work paid off. So I think that's a lesson that I want everyone that is new to PC Siege, new to console, new to Siege in general, to figure out is your hard work does pay off. And so take it from me. I had a rough start. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. I didn't know if I was ever going to be comfortable. And I just kept working at it. I kept going. I never gave up. I had awesome friends with me, and it helped me out. It helped me out a lot. And that is what's important. So, big checklist, a big little rundown here. Do a lot of terrace hunts when you're just starting out. Next, once you get your movement down, your sensitivity down, your DPI, whatever you want, all your settings, after you do all that, you then go on to your aim and peeking and quick peeking. And you figure out how to do that by doing some realistic terrace hunt or hard terrace hunt or any type of terrace hunt with no sound, where you have to rely 100% on your peeking ability. You don't have to do realistic, you do anything. But I personally do realistic because I want to be punished, but you can do whatever you want. After that, you go into ranked and you start learning. You pretty much continue the process over and over again. Go into ranked, do the best you can to the best of your abilities, and try your freaking very hardest. And you're going to freaking succeed. And even if you don't, what I learned from my friend Dev, think of rank as a learning experience. It's not 100% about winning. It's not about your rank. Your rank does not define you. You define yourself. Your KD does not define you. You define yourself. Your hard work, your determination, how well you play, and your outlook on how you play the game. That is the power. That is what makes you a good player. So be sure to always be positive. Anyway, that's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Never whack. You are a real one, for real. You're better than KD. You're better than other people that left their teams for rings. You're the freaking best. Anyway, first off, let me start that. Got a fast car, let me park that. Seen in the meal, let me mark that. Trip with the boys, let me embark that. You made it to the end of the vid and I'm feeling stupendous. Never horrendous, step on people's seats, try to end it. So to the finish, we got F marks on the carry. It's scary when